Hey, fourth grade. It is time to get started on our abstract cityscapes. In these abstract cityscapes, we are focusing on creating pattern with lines and shapes. And we're creating contrast with our cityscape being black and white and our background with color. We've also done the opposite with our cityscape in color and our background in black and white. So contrast works both ways. The things that you need to have is we will have two sheets, one for our background that's a little bit larger and one for our city. For step one, we are only using the smaller piece for our cityscape today. You will also need to be starting with a pencil. Use your resources like your stencils for the straight edge or shapes for your buildings. Also, if you were taking an idea from a skyline from a city that you know from some of our other resources, have those available as well. Whether you choose a skyline that you know or make it up, we like to see variety in those cityscapes. So highs and lows, thick and thin. We can also use concepts like overlapping that we have used in other pieces of artwork. Back at class. Okay. All right, so when I create my cityscape, I am just doing this, not off a city I know, but creating this with highs and lows and showing some depth with overlapping. I also like to think about curves, edges compared to straight, sharp edges. And of course, once we get it all drawn out, then I can start to think about some other details to add. So some of my rooftops will just be straight across, where some might be curved to create some more variety. Lots of different buildings and shapes in cities, so we want to make sure that our 2D abstract cityscape has that too. So highs and lows, variety, variety, variety. You guys also worked on some perspective. You can always create a 3D perspective illusion in this city as well. Now once you get the main skyline done, skyline being the line that divides the sky from the buildings, I think I'm going to build this one up here. Then you can start to add some of those line and patterns to your buildings. Okay, so I'm about there. If you take your time, you may do this directly with Sharpie. If you're using this as a tool, do this in pencil first. And I want you guys to think of stripes. I want you to think of op art. We've done a lot of that. That looks great in these buildings. Think about how you can use some of these different size circles and shapes to create pattern. Remember, this is an abstract cityscape, so we're focusing on line, shape, and color to create our city. All right. Now, once you get everything done in pencil, use your Sharpie to do outline. We do have thin Sharpies, thicker Sharpies, and really thick Sharpies that you can use. I am leaving my background for color, so I will be adding all my line, texture, and shapes to my cityscape with black and white. this is the type of pattern that works great, doing it directly with Sharpie. When you're done with this cityscape, we will move on to the background. And that will be step 2. So you'll get to see this completed cityscape when you start step 2. All right, I can't wait to see what you do